she's real fine, my four.
You're listening to Fun Oldies 100.9 FM and AM 1450. Welcome to the fastest hour in radio. All Bout Cars. Brought to you by ABC Motors Prescott with your hosts, David Don't Call Me Dave Spence and Big Mike Hill.
So, Mr. Mike, you came in here and all you're doing, you're playing with your phone. This is ridiculous. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, you're playing with your phone.
I just woke up.
You just woke up.
It's actually an interesting article, David, that is very germane to our status as of late.
Really?
Yes, it's, I'm looking just at an article about how to keep your classic car cool in the summer heat.
Oh, really?
Yes. And, of course, as you and I have discussed in the past, it's one of the main things is making sure you have a good radiator cap. As you well know, the pressure in the radiator cap is roughly, I believe it's 3 degrees for every pound of pressure that the cooling system will hold.
Yeah.
It makes the boiling point about 3 degrees higher. So if you run 16 pounds, 16 times 3 is, what is that? That's 48 degrees hotter than normal boiling. So it allows you a little more cooling to your vehicle.
Oh, okay. So I got to have a good radiator cap.
Absolutely. Sealed system, high pressure, or not high pressure, but a good pressurized system.
Oh, okay.
That's why a lot of people run their car with no radiator cap to see if it'll overheat, and it does very rapidly.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, they make the radiators smaller than they used to do.
Well, they do. They do. Actually, the thickness, the cells in them,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term, aren't as deep. Depth. They're not as depth, Scott.
Depthy, no, not as depthy.
Yeah, we're learning new words here.
Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. So that brings up a question then. So you're overheating, it's possibly your radiator cap, but what about these cats that are taking the thermostat out, hoping that'll help it cool off?
Well, here's the thing. The thermostat helps the engine maintain the proper temperature. When it reaches a specific temperature, the thermostat's open and it flows. However, it reduces the speed of the flow so that the coolant or cooling substance has an opportunity to be cooled through the radiator before it moves back into the engine. If you don't have a thermostat, you can also overheat because you're not getting the right cooling.
Right, because it's jamming through there so fast It doesn't have a chance to cool off.
Exactly. See, you got it correct.
So I stopped doing that a couple years ago. Now I replace the thermostats and just taking them out.
There you go. And you can run them a little hotter, a little colder thermostat ratings in order to create whichever environment you need.
Really?
If you're running in cold temperatures, extreme cold temperatures, not what we have here.
Right.
You can run a little higher temperature to allow your car to warm up a little more efficiently before you drive.
You can ask at the auto parts store for a different cooling.
Absolutely. You go see the guys over at AutoZone, Javier or Lars, one of them guys over there. They'll help you find the right one that fits your vehicle. They'll tell you what stock is and what the options are. So if it came with a 160, they'll tell you, well, there's a 180 or a 200, maybe even a 150 if you're trying to get it to run a little cooler. The lower doesn't necessarily translate because all it means is it opens sooner.
Okay. Very good. Thank you for the answer.
You got all that information. So now are you going to explain why sometimes you see trucks with covers on the radiator in the winter?
Nah, I wasn't going to explain that. I was going to ask Scott if he knew why.
On the big, like, Mack trucks?
Right, you see a big rig and it's got like a leather bra on the front.
Right.
And it looks like it's got a wardrobe malfunction because they've got it partially unzipped or something.
Yeah.
So do you know what the purpose is?
I was thinking to keep the bugs out of the radiator maybe, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of freezing bugs in the winter.
Yeah, they can't get to the warmth.
Well, like we discussed, the radiator is what cools the coolant as it's going through the cooling system. When you have all that flow through there in extreme cold conditions, it actually will cool it too rapidly, and it can never warm up. As you're driving, it'll reach extreme low temperatures. So they block part of it to reduce the flow so that parts of it are still heating properly and part of it is still cooling. You get a nice mix. Old school guys like, well, you're not even old school enough, David. Your cars are.
Not.
Your cars are, but you're not old school enough. And since they didn't come manufactured with a factory louver for them, some of the old school guys would take just a piece of cardboard and some duct tape and block it out while they're driving across country, because it is the easiest way to reduce the airflow.
Yeah, he says that's all the old school guys. It's also everybody in Alaska, having lived there for 2 years. That's what you do.
Well, there's something
You do
about
that.
necessity.
Besides, duct tape is the #1 building material in Alaska. You know that?
Right behind baling wire, or right in front of baling
No.
wire?
It's in front of baling wire. They make houses and clothes out of it. Duct tape.
It's the only substance I know of that doesn't rust.
That's a good one.
What's funny is I worked for an electronics company, and we used to receive stuff from Hawaii that it's plastic encased, and the plastic had corrosion on it.
Yeah.
So even plastic rusts in extreme conditions. Although I've never seen a rusted out Corvette.
Yeah. But, now they get crazy and
But I have seen some duct taped Corvettes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the duct tape and the cardboard, that's a real thing in Alaska.
Absolutely.
But maybe you're thinking that 40 to 60 below is important for you.
It can be. Mr. Scott, I know you didn't race last week. Are you racing tonight?
I'm not racing, but I'll be at the track. I'll be renting out the receivers, and that's the radios that they have to wear if you're driving, so that the tower can keep a hold of you and say, "Hey, you're up too far in the pack after a."
Stop ramming that guy.
Yeah, stop ramming that guy.
That happens
we
to you
gave you
a
a black
lot.
flag five laps ago, and you're still out there.
That happens to you a lot personally, huh?
It doesn't, because I can't keep up with them.
Okay.
There's no one around for me to hit, unless they come up from behind again. Then we're talking.
So you're going to go run the radios tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go rent out some radios
Nice.
tonight. For the show tonight, though, it's a premiere show, which means the USAC Southwest Sprint cars are going to be there.
Wait, say that again fast.
The USAC Sprint cars, Southwest Sprint cars.
Wait, that needed to be followed by Sunday. Wait, it's Saturday.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Saturday.
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Exactly.
Saturday.
So
Very good.
they're going to be out there. There should be. I'm going to guesstimate in between 20 to 30 sprint cars. It should be a pretty big deal. Lots of horsepower, lots of noise. Prescott Valley Dwarf cars, always fun to watch. Copper State Mod Lights are going to be out, and the SCRA factory stock. So a lot of noise, a lot of speed, a lot of power.
That doesn't sound politically correct. You have dwarf cars.
I know. And they're full-size men driving them, so go figure.
So if they weren't going to be, you can't call them what do you want to call them?
Super compact.
Luxury. I don't
No,
know.
that might work. Super compact cars.
I see. So, I have some friends they don't appreciate if I call them super compact people.
Well, you could call them vertically challenged.
There you
Right.
go.
So that's what we got to call the dwarf cars, luxury challenge.
Luxury challenge. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you ever been in a dwarf car, Scott?
I have sat in one. Never got to drive it, but yeah, those.
You'll actually fit in one?
I
Seriously?
know. I thought I was going to have to get surgically removed from this car, but fear got me out.
Trying to steer with your knees tucked up under your chin makes it kind of difficult.
You know what's crazy is a full-size sprint car is much harder to fit in than those dwarf cars.
Absolutely.
Go figure. Yeah.
Try to sit in an Indy car sometime.
Yeah, I'd be claustrophobic. It'd probably kill me.
No, the security guards get really pissed.
Oh.
Mike
One
knows
time.
from experience.
So tonight's going to be an amazing night to be out there. It's going to be a great night out at the racetrack, I believe.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be amazing. Lots of mud.
Now, I do know that when speaking with John Yater, he did say that they still have season tickets available, and it basically gets you into every event at the track.
Exactly.
So when you get out there, tell them, hey, I'm interested in a season ticket. All About Cars told me to ask you about them. And you won't get anything special except a really good deal on the season tickets.
Right, and then we can find out if you're listening.
Right, and then bring a sign that says, Go, Scotty, go.
Everybody, bring that sign. That'd be great.
That would be
Going
good.
for the super underdog.
There you go. How's the car running? Have you played with it?
My mechanic, we didn't get to have practice this week, so there wasn't as much.
Not as much testing and tuning?
No. So hopefully next Thursday we'll start attacking the problems on Tuesday and have it ready by Thursday and out at the track to test and tune it.
Excellent. David, have you been out to the track
No.
ever?
Well, yeah, of course, I've been out to the track ever.
Well, I mean this track.
Meaning recently?
Well, in the last couple of years.
No, you knew. Good grief, man. You know how damn busy I am?
I do. Mother's Day is not an excuse.
Mother's Day is not an excuse.
No, I know Mother's Day is right around the corner. What date is Mother's Day?
Mother's Day is next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday.
So not tomorrow, but a week away.
A week away.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means it's a week from now.
Very cute. Very
No, actually,
cute.
what it means is that people should be calling Trish over at the Prescott Flower Shop and saying, "Hey, one take Trish, give me my I want to win some points gift package."
Oh, yeah, they should be doing it now because if they try to do it at the last minute, they might be sorely disappointed.
Okay, now, David, you've been delivering flowers for a long time.
Yeah.
You have a lot of driving experience and a lot of mishap knowledge of things that could go wrong for people. If you could give one piece of advice besides the advice of just call Prescott Flower Shop, but if you could give one piece of advice to people wanting flowers or another gift delivered to their mother or mother-in-law or their wife or their daughter or whoever on Mother's Day or for Mother's Day, what would you tell them?
Know where she lives.
And anything else?
Well, that really wasn't a joke. You realize how many times I've shown up and somebody doesn't know where somebody lives?
This is true, but
It's true.
You know what?
How do you not know where your mother lives?
You want to know what I learned last year?
What? Phone numbers.
Schedule it early.
Oh, that's good too.
Thursday, Friday delivery.
It's better than last minute.
That way, well, here's what happened to my mother-in-law. She went out for breakfast with us and got a note instead of her gift.
Yeah,
So then she had to go across town and pick up her gift.
which is really sad.
So if you really want to make points, you show up or you call over and you order it for Thursday or Friday, then you know that they're going to get delivered. We're going to be right back. We got a whole lot of stuff to cover here on All About Cars, 100.9 FM, 1450 AM.